So there is an online business model that I consider is the #1 way to build passive income that even an absolute beginner can do. Better than drop shipping, Amazon FBA, starting an agency, building an Etsy store, none of those businesses that everyone tells you to do. This is the exact business model that took me from a broke 22-year-old kid who failed at multiple businesses to earning well over 7 figures and becoming a self-made millionaire by the age of 26. What's even crazier is that barely any of the so-called YouTube gurus making videos on side hustles and making money online are talking about this. Now, before I tell you exactly what the secret business model is, let me tell you exactly why I believe this is the best way for anyone to build passive income online. Because I don't want this video to be another BS, make $1 billion answering online surveys type of fluff. So I'll try and break it down logically why I recommend this business model for any beginners and why I still actively am working on this business myself. First, let's talk about why we want to build passive income. Passive income, making money while you sleep. It should be the goal for everyone. Why? Because that allows you true freedom. You see, financial freedom is just one part of the equation. Yes, when you're broke, you don't care about anything else besides making money and paying the bills. You're willing to do anything to make money. But the thing is, once you start making money and get past the survival mode, you'll quickly realize that just making money doesn't make you happy. This is why many corporate executives, doctors, and lawyers who gets paid multiple 6 figures a year are often miserable. We call this the golden handcuffs. After a certain level, more money doesn't increase happiness, especially if you're sacrificing your time freedom. This is why you need to achieve true freedom. I call this the Freedom Trifecta: financial freedom, time freedom, and location freedom. By achieving these 3 forms of freedom, you can build a life where you can do whatever you want, work whenever you want, and live absolutely wherever you want. It is the absolute form of freedom where you literally have no limitations and can live your life however way you want. If this is what you want, it is absolutely crucial that you start a business that fulfills all 3 forms of freedom. Let me give you some examples. Essentially, there are 3 different types of businesses: service-based, physical products, and digital products. Let's talk about service-based business first. These are the agencies such as SEO agencies, running Facebook ads for other people, AI agencies, or freelancer type of businesses. So, designing websites, ghostwriters, or other freelance services. A service-based business is attractive for some as you don't have to spend a ton of money to start. You simply get paid for providing a service to someone. But here's the issue. With a service-based business, you are the product. If you don't put in the work and deliver the service, you don't get paid. When you get a client, you have to act on it and work on delivering the service immediately. When you stop working, you stop getting paid. It's not passive income. On top of that, with all the sales calls, constant meetings, and working on delivering the service, you don't really get to work whenever you want. What if you want to travel to Bali, but your clients are in the US, right? Because of the time difference, you'll be waking up at midnight to 3 a.m. to get on meetings with them. I've met plenty of people in Bali who either had a job or a business working with clients in these time zones. They sleep during the day and work throughout the night. They move to Bali, but they have zero time to enjoy it. This is why a service-based business does not offer time freedom. And therefore, it does not fulfill the Freedom Trifecta. Now, let's talk about physical product-based businesses. These are the Amazon FBAs, some e-commerce businesses, and let's throw in some real estate investing too. The issue with physical product-based businesses are the fact that you have to deal with inventory. If you're doing e-commerce, your inventory is your products. If you're in real estate, the properties are your inventory. Now, often people ship and store their inventory in their house. You can ship all your inventory to the Amazon warehouse if you're doing Amazon FBA as an example, but it comes with additional fees. And sometimes you do want the inventory shipped to you so you can make sure of its quality before you sell it. If you're doing real estate, it's 100 times easier to invest in an area you live in as you know the area. On top of that, you don't really want to invest in properties without physically going there and looking at it, as images that you see online, such as on the MLS and other sites, often do not show the full picture. So what happens if you want to travel the world? What if you feel like living in Thailand for a few months just because? Or perhaps you don't agree with the politics in your country, so you want to completely move out of the country. Well, it becomes very hard because if you're constantly traveling, then shipping products to you or dealing with properties, whether that's tenant issues or fix and flip projects, becomes a huge challenge because you're not physically there. Therefore, now you lack location freedom. Physical product-based businesses does not fulfill the Freedom Trifecta. So based on this, you probably know what's coming next. A business that fulfills all three freedoms. Yes, digital products. In my opinion, digital products are far superior than the other business models because one, you don't have no inventory, absolutely no shipping and handling because everything is digital. You don't have to manufacture the product. You can just create it online. You have close to 100% profit margins, unlike physical products, and you can build it literally anywhere in the world. All you need is a laptop and a Wi-Fi. There are many digital product-based businesses, such as you can create a product and sell it on your own website. But here's the issue. We're going for passive income, which means we need to create a way that these digital products sell on its own. If you're constantly marketing the product just to sell it by running ads to it, creating a YouTube video about it, making blog posts, etc., then it's hardly passive. We want to find a way to do the work once and have the product sell forever on its own. So how do we do this? Well, we do this by leverage. We upload our products onto the world's biggest websites where millions of people visit each day and let the site sell the product for us. We don't have to go get customers because the customers are already there. We just need to show up in front of them. Some examples are YouTube, Etsy, Amazon. So based on this, you can guess that my three favorite digital product-based businesses are YouTube automation, where your videos are the product, and by uploading to YouTube, you can show up in front of the people already visiting YouTube. Etsy, print on demand, where you create digital products and upload those on Etsy, and you can start making sales by showing up in front of people already visiting the site. And third is Amazon KDP, where you upload your books on Amazon and tap into the huge customer base that already exists. Now, the best part about all three businesses are that you can get started for almost free by creating the products yourself, or you can outsource that to the professionals for low cost. For example, you can edit the video for YouTube automation business yourself, or hire other people to do it for you for a very little cost. Or you can write or design some low content books like journals or planners yourself easily for Amazon KDP, or hire others to do it for you, once again for very little cost. But which one is the best out of these three businesses? Well, first, let's talk about YouTube. The issue with YouTube automation is that YouTube pushes new content heavily. That's just how the algorithm works. So videos always eventually die off, which means you have to constantly churn out new content to maintain your income. That's why so many YouTubers are in what we call the content treadmill. So it's not passive, and it's definitely not do the work once and get paid forever. So it comes down to Etsy, print on demand, and Amazon KDP. Both businesses are very similar to each other in terms of how the business works, the skills required to start the business, and how it can be pretty passive once you set it up. Both are digital products or print-on-demand model, which means you don't store any inventory. For example, for Amazon KDP, you can sell digital products in the forms of ebooks and audiobooks, but you can also sell paperback books, which Amazon only prints and ships it once you get an order. So it's essentially the same as a digital product. But there are a few major differences that make one a clear winner in my opinion. First is the traffic volume. So according to statistics online, Etsy got 377.4 million visits in 3 months, or about 125 million visits a month. Compared to that, Amazon gets 2.45 billion monthly visits a month. So that is almost 20 times the size of Etsy. So if you're doing basically the same work, why not sell on a website that is 20 times bigger? Number two is customer service and Etsy fees. As an Etsy seller, you have to constantly deal with customers messaging you, and you as a seller has to answer the questions or Etsy will penalize you. With Amazon KDP, all customer service is handled by Amazon. You do absolutely zero customer service. With Etsy, you also have listing fees that you have to pay, which adds up as you upload more products. With Amazon KDP, you have zero listing fees. Number three is the competition. So I don't know about you, but recently I've been seeing a lot of make money selling on Etsy videos blowing up all over YouTube, and everyone is jumping into it. Compared to that, Amazon KDP has remained relatively unknown. So would you rather sell on a site that is 20 times smaller, but with more competition, or on a site that is 20 times bigger with less competition and less work? And that's why I'm doing Amazon KDP. This is the business that allowed me to achieve true freedom, where I made well over 7 figures, quit my job, and I'm currently traveling the world while working whenever I want, wherever I want. There is no cap to how much money you can make, no rules on when you have to work because there are no client meetings or customer service emails you have to urgently respond to, or location-based restrictions. Amazon KDP is open in almost every single country. It is a business that truly fulfills the freedom criteria. On top of all this, Amazon rewards books that have been selling for a long time with good sales and review history, which means that the longer your book sells on Amazon, it often sells better. No need to keep churning out new content. So imagine your books are like digital real estate, where it stays on Amazon for life, just collecting rent checks every single month. And just like physical real estate, your KDP account is a legitimate asset that you can sell. I've sold my first KDP business for $820,000, and you will have to say goodbye to those sweet passive income, but if you want a huge payday, it's definitely an option. And trust me, building this asset that I was able to sell for $820,000 was significantly cheaper than trying to make the same amount by buying actual real estate properties. Now, believe it or not, when it comes to selling your business, Amazon KDP businesses has some of the highest multiple. And that is because these buyers understand that after purchasing your KDP account and your books, they will keep earning money year after year. Now, you might be thinking, well, Sean, I can always hire people for my service-based businesses or to do customer service on Etsy or managing my rental properties to make it more passive. And yes, you're right. There's always a workaround. But when you're dealing with people, there's always going to be something that comes up that requires your attention. You will always be managing your team. Something in your business will always be breaking no matter how much you outsource or systematize things. And that is why if you want passive income, you want a business with as little moving parts as possible from the start, and Amazon KDP is by far the most passive thing that I've found, thanks to Amazon doing most of the work for you. And you might be wondering, but Sean, I'm not a writer. Well, good news because you don't have to be. I've created over 200 books in my lifetime and I did not write a single one. I simply hired ghostwriters to write books for me, just like pretty much any celebrities do. And if you don't have the money to pay for a ghostwriter, although it's a lot cheaper than you think, you can always start by creating what we call low content books like journals or planners where you can design the book yourself, which is very similar to what you do on Etsy, by the way. Or you can also use AI like ChatGPT to help you write the book. Now, I don't want this video to be super long, but if you want to learn more about Amazon KDP and e-publishing, then I have hundreds of videos on my channel, or you can check out my completely free training on how I built a 7-figure publishing business in the link in the description. So in the end, you don't have to take the same route I did. You don't have to do Amazon KDP. You can achieve financial freedom in any business if you work hard enough. But if you want true freedom, which are financial freedom as well as time and location freedom, there are some businesses that are better than others. And don't get me wrong, Amazon KDP is not a get-rich-quick scheme. You will still have to put in a lot of work just like any other businesses. But once it's built up, it's literally one of the most passive source of income that I've ever seen. And as someone who values my freedom a lot, this is exactly why I'm still building my own KDP businesses, even after looking at all the other business models. So now you know exactly what to look for when you're choosing a business to start. I hope this video was helpful for you in your research process. If you enjoyed the video and you want me to make more videos like this, let me know by leaving a like and a comment, subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you guys in the next video.